Hi, welcome. My name is Nicola. Thanks so much for joining me today. We're going to practice Prenatal Vinyasa Flow. And so this class is really for all levels of yoga practitioners and for all stages of pregnancy. So you can take whatever you need from it. Just remember to keep breathing and just enjoy. So we're going to start in any comfortable seat and just make sure you have a couple of props with you if you like to use them. So I always like to have at least 2 blankets, or you can use a towel, and then a bolster or a pillow can feel really nice just to add some extra support. And whenever you're set up with your props, we'll just start in a nice tall seat. And so today we're thinking about opening up the heart space, so kind of that center of love and joy and compassion. So when you're ready, you can go ahead and just gently close your eyes. And take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And then bring your hands to prayer at heart center in Anjali Mudra. And allow your thumbs to connect to your sternum. And then see if you can lift your heart up to meet your hands. And as you're here in this seat, see if you can picture somebody in your life who's easy to love. Maybe that's a partner or a parent or a child, or maybe your pet. And just see their face. Notice the feelings of love and warmth that image brings to you. As you breathe in, send that love into the heart space. And then take a nice deep breath out. Good. Take one more deep breath in here. And exhale, breathe it out. And we'll start practice with one sound of Om. Breathe in. Let your head drop towards heart center. And then open up your eyes. Namaste. We're just going to start by interlacing our fingers with our thumbs pointing up, and then bring that shape over the heart space. Good. Take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, lift your arms forward and up so the palms flip. Nice. And see if you can start to create some length in the side waists here, even as your shoulders drop down away from your ears. Good. Breathe in. And breathe out. You can let the left fingertips tent on the mat next to you. Reach the right arm up, just a gentle side bend here. You might send your gaze up towards the right arm. Good. Take another deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, switch sides. You can tent your right fingertips down, lift the left arm up. Maybe the gaze comes up towards that left hand. This can feel really nice if you have any tension in the low back. Good. Just a gentle side bend. One more deep breath in. And a deep breath out. You can let that go. And then we'll come on to all fours, tabletop. You can take your time in getting there. And if you have any props on your mat, just go ahead and move them off to the side. And then we'll come out to a tabletop so you can stack your hips over your knees, your shoulders over your wrists, and spread your fingers nice and wide. And then we'll just start with a couple of gentle rounds of cat and cow and see if you can bring this movement in from your shoulders. So as you breathe in, allow the space of the middle back to drop. And as you breathe out, round, let the head drop. Inhale forward, maybe the gaze comes up. And then exhale to round. Nice. Let's take that a couple more times. Breathe in. And as you exhale, round. Once more, just like that. Breathe in, let the middle back drop. And exhale, press through the hands. Good. And from here, let's send our right leg long out behind us. can plant the toes down onto the mat. Then it might feel nice to just rock back and forth a little bit here. We'll start to open up the space of the right calf. Good. Keep breathing here. And then pause. We'll come through center. And then you can reach your left arm out in front of you, so opposite arm and leg. Really creating a nice long line of energy from the back foot all the way up through the fingertips. Breathe in. And on the breath out, come back through tabletop. You can plant the left hand, bring the right knee back. And then we'll take that on the other side. Send the left leg long out behind you. Ball of the foot plants down. And then start to shift your weight slowly back and forth. Good. This might feel really nice to open up the space of the calf. And when you're ready, you can pause here. We'll stay grounded on the ball of the back foot. And then reach your right arm forward, so opposite arm and leg. And again, really finding energy from the back foot all the way up through the fingertips. Good. Breathe here. And on the breath out, come back through tabletop. And then when you're ready, we'll come to child's pose just for a moment. So for this child's pose, separate your knees as wide as the mat. We want to make a lot of space for the belly. And then you can reach your arms forward. Always the option to take this on your forearms if that feels like you might have a little bit more space. And then see if you can start to find a sense of grounding. Maybe you close the eyes. And just notice any areas of the body where you might be carrying tension. And just gently send the breath there. Good. One more deep breath into your child's pose. And a deep, deep breath out. Good. All right. From here, we're going to start to come into our first downward facing dog. So take all the time you need in getting here. As you're ready, you can walk your hands about one handprint out in front of you. You can tuck your toes back behind you. Lift your hips nice and high. Downward facing dog. You might start to pedal into your feet here. It might feel good to take a little bit of a wider stance. So the feet are a little bit wider than hips width distance. Good. And keep a deep bend in the knees here. We'll take some tension out of the low back. Good. Keep pedaling through the feet. And then start to find some stillness. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Good. On your next inhale, send your right leg high for three-legged dog. And then as you exhale, step your foot forward outside of the right hand. So we're coming in for a wide lunge. You might take a couple steps to get there. Good. As you breathe in, really plant down through the left hand. Reach the right arm up. We're taking a big, big open shape to the side of the room. Good. Send energy up through the right fingertips. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, plant the right hand down on the mat. Step back. Downward facing dog. From here, as you breathe in, bend your knees, bend into your elbows, travel out to a plank pose. And then bend your knees, bend your elbows back. Downward facing dog. Nice. On your next inhale, send your left leg high. And then we'll step into that wide lunge. You can bring the left foot outside of the left hand. And again, taking that wide open shape. So we'll really plant down through the right palm. Reach the left arm high. Maybe the gaze follows it. So you can really send energy from the heart space all the way up to the top arm. Good. Deep breath in here. And a breath out. Bring the left hand back down. And then step back. Downward facing dog. And once again, we'll take that vinyasa variation. So as you breathe in, bend your knees, bend your elbows, come out to plank. And then bend your knees, bend your elbows back, downward facing dog. Good. From here, separate the feet a little bit wider. And then we'll start to pedal into the feet once again here. Good. And when you're ready, turn that pedal into a nice slow walk. Come all the way up to the top of the mat. Keep a deep bend in the knees here. Let the sitting bones come back towards the back of the mat. We'll bring our hands to prayer. Elbows can come onto the knees. Just a supportive half lift here. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, come up to stand, Tadasana, mountain pose. You can keep your feet separated wide here. And bring your palms down by your sides. Moment to close the eyes, and then maybe you interlace your hands once again with the thumbs pointing up. And bring that shape over the heart space. A moment to picture that person who's easy to love. And let the joy and the warmth of that person fill you up. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Nice. As you inhale, sweep the arms forward and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Bring your hands to prayer above the head. And then as you exhale, send the sitting bones back. We'll come to a forward fold. You can plant your palms, step your right foot back, left foot back, downward facing dog. On the inhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows, come forward to plank. And exhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows back, downward facing dog. Inhale, send the right leg high. Exhale, step the right foot outside of the right hand, wide lunge. Inhale, step the left foot up to the top, and then exhale, fold. Inhale for that halfway lift, hands come to prayer, and exhale, come up to stand, Tadasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot steps back. Exhale, right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows, plank pose. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, downward facing dog. Inhale, send the left leg high. Exhale, step the foot to that wide lunge. Inhale, step the right foot up to the top. And exhale as you fold. Inhale for that half lift, hands come to prayer. Exhale as you stand nice and tall, Tadasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach up. And exhale for that forward fold. Inhale, right foot steps back. Exhale, the left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend knees, bend elbows out to plank. Exhale, bend back, downward facing dog. Inhale, send the right leg high. Exhale, step the foot outside of the hand. Inhale, step the left foot up. And exhale as you fold. Inhale for that half lift. Exhale, Tadasana, stand tall. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot steps back. Exhale, the right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, plank pose. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step wide, low lunge. Inhale, step the right foot up, and exhale as you fold. Inhale for that halfway lift, hands in prayer. And exhale, come up to stand, Tadasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach the arms up. And this time on the exhale, we'll come to Utkatasana, chair pose. Keep the feet nice and wide here. Toes are parallel to the top of the mat, and then send the hips back. Deep bend in the knees here. Good, keep reaching the arms forward, reaching from the heart space, deep breath in. And a deep breath out, come forward, send the sitting bones back to that forward fold. And then take a step back, downward facing dog. All right, my friends, stay here and breathe. Deep bend in the knees here. Breathe in through the nose. And a deep breath out. Good. All right, we'll start to build our flow. As you inhale, send the right leg high. And as you exhale, step forward. Maybe you step a little bit wider, right where your right thumb is. And then we'll come up to a warrior two. So you can root your back heel down and start to rise up. An option to take a little bit shorter stance here so you find a nice, stable pose. Good. And then when you arrive, we're bending deeply into that right knee, sending the gaze over the right middle fingers. As you breathe in, flying warrior, parallel the toes, reach up, look up. And as you exhale, bring that shape to your heart with the interlacing of the hands. Inhale, reach the arms up, flying warrior. And exhale, warrior two, top of the mat. Inhale for peaceful warrior. Reach the right arm up. Maybe the left hand comes to the belly. And then as you exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. You can take your time in getting here. And then step back, downward facing dog. If a vinyasa would feel nice, feel free to take it. You can bend your knees, bend your elbows out to plank. And then bend your knees, bend your elbows, downward facing dog. We'll take that on the left side. As you inhale, send the left leg high. And then exhale, step forward into a wide lunge. As you inhale, we're coming up for warrior two. Root that back foot down, rise up. Really broaden across the chest here. Send energy from the heart space. Inhale for your flying warrior. Parallel the toes, reach up, look up. And then bring the hands to the heart. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, reach it up, flying warrior. Exhale, warrior two, top of the mat. Inhale for peaceful warrior. Left arm reaches up. Right hand might come to the belly. And then as you exhale, find your way back down to the mat. And we'll step back, downward facing dog. There's an optional vinyasa here. If you'd like to take it, you can bend your knees, bend your elbows, plank pose. And then exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. All right, we're building on just a little bit from here. As you inhale, send the right leg high. And as you exhale, step that foot forward. Inhale for warrior two, root the back foot down, rise up. Nice. Exhale as you land. Inhale, flying warrior, parallel the toes, reach up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Inhale, reach back up, flying warrior. And exhale, warrior two, top of the mat. Inhale, peaceful warrior, right arm reaches. And then as you exhale, extended side angle, right forearm can come to the right thigh. Maybe the stance gets a little bit shorter here, so we're thinking about lifting everything up. Nice. Maybe the left arm reaches up over the ear, and we're really thinking about finding some space between the belly and the thigh here. Good. See if you can reach the heart space up for the ceiling. Deep breath in. And on the breath out, bring the hands down. Make your way back, downward facing dog. If you'd like to take the vinyasa, bend your knees, bend your elbows, plank pose, and then take it back, down dog. Nice. One more side like this. On your inhale, send the left leg high, and exhale, come forward into a lunge. Inhale for warrior two, root the back foot down and rise up. And exhale as you land. Inhale, flying warrior, parallel the feet, reach up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Inhale, flying warrior. And exhale, warrior two, top of the mat. Inhale for your peaceful warrior, left arm reaches up. And then exhale into your extended side angle. Left forearm can come to the thigh. Remember, we're keeping some space between the belly and the thigh here. And then maybe the right arm reaches up over the head. Nice. Again, thinking of reaching up with the heart space here. Let all of that joy reach up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. And on the breath out, bring the hands down to the mat. Make your way back, downward facing dog. One last vinyasa here if you'd like to take it. As you inhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, come forward, plank pose, top of the push-up. And then exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose here. And a deep, deep breath out. Good. From here, my friends, go ahead and drop your knees down onto the mat. We're going to come back to sit on our heels. Now, if your knees are a little bit sensitive, you can go ahead and bring your blanket or your towel onto the mat and just create a little bit of a pillow for your knees. And we're going to come up to stand on our shins. You can tuck your toes behind you for a little bit of stability. And then we're going to come through a pose called Dancing Camel. So as you breathe in, reach your right arm up and send your left hand energetically down towards the left foot. And as you're here, find lots of length in the spine. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, sit back slightly on your heels. We're going to switch sides. So bring the left arm up, send the right arm down. Good. And then you can keep cycling through this on your own breath. So every time you come up, you're reaching high with your hand up towards the ceiling. And as you breathe out, switch sides. Good. Keep breathing here. Maybe you move a little bit faster, a little bit slower. Nice, finding lots of length in the spine as you move through the pose. Nice, and we'll take it a couple more times on each side, finding lots of length here, really reaching the heart up. And then when you're ready, you can bring both hands down. Bring your hands to your hips just for a moment. And you might close the eyes. Good. Send the breath into the heart space. And then let it go. You can untuck your toes. Send your hips back down towards your heels. And if you have a blanket or a towel on your mat, you can just go ahead and move it off to the side. And just one more little bit here. So we'll come back through tabletop, like where we started. So you can come to all fours, stack your hips over your knees, shoulders over the wrists. And then just like we did in the beginning of class, we're going to send that right foot long out behind us, plant down through the ball of the foot. And then this time we're going to tuck the left toes and bring the left toes out a little bit. So we're creating a little bit of a kickstand here. And then we're going to come through modified side plank. So you can come onto the blade edge of that right foot and then reach the right arm up. Nice. And again, if you need a little bit of stability here, maybe that left foot comes out a little bit wider. And as you're in your side plank, really think about reaching up from the space of the heart up through the top of the fingertips. Nice. One more big breath in. And on the breath out, come back, tabletop. You can bring the hands down, the knees come under the hips. Good. Deep breath in to reset. And a deep breath out. And we'll take that on the other side. You can send your left leg long out behind you. And then again, create that kickstand with the right foot. So you can bring the right toes off of the mat. And then go ahead and spin onto the edge of that left foot. Reach the left arm nice and high. Maybe you send your gaze up towards the top arm. And again here, think of sending your energy from your heart space all the way up to the top arm. Deep breath in here. And on the breath out, come back through tabletop. Nice. And then from here, we'll come through child's pose just for a moment. So go ahead and widen your knees and start to sink your hips back towards your heels. And again, if it's comfortable, you can bring your forearms down to the mat. And again, just noticing that sense of grounding. Nice. And then as you're ready, you can start to walk your hands back towards your hips. And then just to transition, we'll let our hips go off to one side. And you can bring your legs around in front of you. Feel free to take any padding you need here. You're welcome to sit up on a blanket or on a pillow. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and bring them out wide here. So we're in this Tadasana diamond shape. Good. You can grab hold of your shins or your ankles here, whatever is most accessible to you. And then as you breathe in, find some length in the spine. Nice. On the breath out, you can fold forward any amount. This can be really, really subtle. We're just finding a gentle fold forward. Thinking about keeping all of the length in the spine. And when you've come forward as far as you need to, maybe you let your head relax. And just allow the body to start to curl inwards. Keep breathing here. And when you're ready, very slowly start to lift your chin. Come back up through center. And then you can bring your hands to the outsides of your thighs and gently start to bring your knees in towards each other. Then we'll start to set up for Shavasana, our final resting pose. So feel free to take any props you might need here. I like to have 2 blankets, so I'll bring one for my head and then another one on the mat. It can feel really nice to rest your hip here. So we'll come onto Shavasana, lying on our left side. So when you have your prop set up, you can slowly make your way onto the mat. Just lying on the left side. It might feel nice to bring your pillow or your bolster in between your knees here. And then when you're all set up, just allow your eyes to close. Let this be a gentle release. Know that the efforts from your practice today were enough, and let your body melt. Allow yourself to stay here in your Shavasana, your resting pose, as long as you'd like. But whenever you're ready to come out of it, start to bring deeper inhales and exhales into the body. You can bring some gentle movement in. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then with your eyes closed, your gaze soft, you can use your hands to gently press up into a seat at the top of the mat. And again, sitting up on any props you need here. Take any seat that feels comfortable to you. And then when you arrive, come to bring your hands to prayer at heart center. And once again, picturing that person who's easy to love. See their face and feel their warmth. Let their presence be comforting and joyful for you. Take one more deep breath in here. And on the breath out, let your head bow down towards the space of the heart. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you.